Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, we are here with my good friend, Erin Birch, and she is going to talk to you a little bit about how to increase your confidence, and especially for you coaches, to help increase your coaching confidence. That's huge. When you're trying to coach somebody, it's really important that you have that confidence to be able to help others build theirs. So, Erin, thank you for being here today.
My absolute pleasure, Tony. Thrilled to be here.
So before we really get into it, can you tell us a little bit of background about yourself? I mean, I met you a few years ago and I know your story. Can you give us the quick version for people that don't know who you are?
Quick version. Well, I had my midlife realization that led to a midlife awakening and a midlife transformation back 8-9 years ago now. So this is back when I decided I wanted to make all different kinds of changes in my life. I wanted more out of my life. And one of them being I wanted more freedom, not just financial freedom, but the freedom to live the way I wanted. I wanted more. I wanted to be able to do what I wanted to do whenever I wanted to do it. So it made sense to start bringing in extra money, and it made sense to do it online to have that freedom of, location freedom. So I started my online business 8.5 years ago and have branched out into various different things. Started out as a network marketer and an affiliate marketer, and then went big into coaching. Once I got the results for myself personally, personally rewiring my own brain and learning marketing and how to make money online and all of that. When you learn something and you get really good at it, people naturally come your way and want you to show them what you've done. They've seen that it's worked for you. And if you have an outcome or result that they want, it's natural they come to you and ask you, can you show me how you've done it?
Right.
So I kind of fell into coaching by falling in love with, my new life and everything I was doing and learning. It only made sense to help other people do it too, if that's the outcome they were after.
Right. Right. No, exactly right. So let me make sure I remember your story correctly. Now, you were making your own jewelry, not even making ends meet, mother of 2 teenage boys, and went from that to 6 figures in like just about 9 months, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was an artisan jeweler. I loved making jewelry, and it allowed me to stay at home and raise my boys when they were young. I was making like $1,500 a month Canadian, which is like, $1,100 a month US.
Right.
And while I loved it, I was essentially just kind of helping out with the grocery bills, but at home raising our kids.
Right.
And then when I split up the marriage, I realized I would need to start making a lot more money if we were both going to be able to afford to live.
Right.
So I went looking for a way to supplement my income. And I was on social media, I was on Facebook, and I fell into the world of network marketing.
Yep.
And the whole thing about marketing took over my world. I fell in love with it. So I haven't made a piece of jewelry. I'm wearing some, but I haven't made a piece of jewelry now. I stopped my whole jewelry business probably 6 months into coming online. I knew that that's where my destiny was.
Wow. And you've done amazing. I mean, and I met you after you had already started your journey, and where you've come just from the time we've met has been nothing short of miraculous. It's amazing to watch you grow. So for those that don't know, so Erin and I are participating in a virtual summit, a free virtual summit coming up on September 15th and 16th called Upgrade Your Coaching. It's really about helping coaches either become a more powerful coach or learn how to grow their coaching practice. But guess what? It's not just for coaches. If you're not a coach, that's okay. If you're looking to build yourself up, grow personally and professionally, and build a brand and grow a business, especially online or in the digital space, this is the place for you. So before we go on, let me take a quick show people here if I can share. I haven't done this with StreamYard for a while, so let's see how this works. There we go. Are we seeing this? Erin, are you seeing that?
Absolutely.
Oh. So this is it. So this is the group of speakers that are going to be teaching you guys how to unleash your coaching superpowers and build your coaching business. And if you want to get registered for this, again, it's a free summit. Go to erinbirch.info and get your spot now. Last time somebody put on a big event like this online, we broke Zoom. So we're trying to do that again. So don't be that person that's left out in the cold. Be there. So let's see here. Let's get back.
That's a spectacular lineup
Mm-hmm.
of speakers. I mean, the level of experience that people are going to get to hear from is incredible. And the range of topics is really, really, people are going to get so much value out of this.
So much.
Excited for it.
You could literally spend 2 days with us and go start a thriving or build a thriving coaching practice or online marketing business, whatever you want to do. So Erin, now that we've told everybody a little bit about what we've got going on, so you're going to talk about increasing your confidence. So tell us a little more about that. What can folks expect from Erin's confidence building?
I sometimes fear that people don't realize the importance of having confidence, whether you're a coach, whether you're whatever, whether you're working at McDonald's, where if you're a human, confidence is so incredibly powerful. It's not just a buzzword. Oh, I would like to feel good about myself. If you have low confidence or low self-esteem, it will stop you from everything, from building anything you want in your business. It will completely hold you back. It's like square one. For creating the kind of life that you desire, the business, your relationships. I mean, your level of communication is affected by your level of confidence. And it breaks my heart because I used to have zilch confidence, which meant I played small my entire life because I didn't think I was capable of more. Low confidence. So it all starts with confidence. I mean, when you understand that and begin to grow your confidence, you will find that you are limitless.
Yes.
You know, I think we miss out on so many opportunities in our lives due to a lack of confidence. It's everything.
Absolutely. And part of that confidence also comes with also brings the courage and overcoming some of the fears. And if you're lacking that confidence, you tend to live more in fear and you procrastinate or you don't take the risks that are necessary. And by the way, when I talk about risks, I'm not talking about risking it all and betting the farm. I'm talking about even the everyday risks of going up and talking to somebody or having a conversation that you wouldn't otherwise have. That's where some of this confidence really helps. And Erin has showed throughout all the years how she's gone from having that maybe needed improvement in her confidence to now massive confidence. If you see Erin speak or you're listening to her now, I mean, look at this. Confidence just exudes out of her.
Well, I had to become this person.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, if you're like, oh my gosh, my confidence is pretty low. Well, guess what? That's normal. You're normal. You've had a life so far. It's just completely normal. You have to become that person. It is something you have to work on, you know, and you have to get at the root cause. Here's where a lot of people kind of go wrong. And then they think they can just, read a book or whatever. But working on the root cause of your confidence issue, and that's what we're going to be going into. I'm going to be going into in this summit, is getting to the root cause. The effect of the root cause is low confidence that stops you in every area of your life. But you have to get at the root cause, knowing what's causing it in the first place. And then you're just freaking limitless.
Yes. Now with that said, are there different root causes for different people?
Yeah. I mean, it really stems back. It goes all the way back to childhood.
Yes.
Your experiences, things that have been said to you, your experiences, it's usually due to, a little bit of trauma, right? And we all suffer for it. And the thing with trauma too, is a lot of people think it's like, well, I can't have trauma. I mean, I wasn't in a war, but it can happen quite easily. So getting at the root cause of it, is I think it's key for everyone, for your level of happiness, success, all of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you have to identify it. I mean, it was our friend, Brian Finale, when you and I first met at that level 1 workshop, when he went through his his limiting beliefs, where he had everybody, he was basically doing a bit of a hypnosis session for everybody. And I came out of that, I came into that group, that meeting, that weekend, already kind of confident, but I was trying to be very macho, masculine, put on the show of that confidence more than I probably actually had. And after going through that and identifying where that really was for me, that main, like you said, it goes back to childhood. For me, it goes back to 10 years old. Yep. And to be able to identify it that far back, you're like, of all the things that have happened, that's probably the big turning point. And when you recognize that, like you said, the sky's the limit. You can accomplish anything.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So it goes back to recognizing that when it kind of first started. But then there's also things you can do in your life. For example, like I always ask this question to my clients: if you were having more success in your business, if you were making more money, would your confidence go up? And they're like, well, yeah. It's like, but how are you going to get those results and the success if you have a low level of confidence? So you're not putting yourself out there, getting new clients, making sales, what have you. It's very much what came first, the chicken or the egg.
Right.
Right.
Really
like what comes first, success and happiness or confidence? Because I remember a client saying this to me. She actually thought, well, once I'm making money, my confidence will go up. And it's like, well, actually, you need to work on the confidence first to make money. And
right.
Then when you are making money, your confidence will start to grow, but you have to start growing the confidence first.
Right.
So the fastest way to, well, dig deep, find out the initial cause, number one, but also do what you need to do to start generating results.
Yes.
In your business and even in your personal life.
Yes.
Like, have you ever worked out and then gone, oh my God, I suck, I worked out? No, I don't care if you work out every single day. You're always proud of yourself for doing it. It's a boost in your self-esteem every single time. Even if it's just like, I had a decent dinner, I had vegetables instead of a large pizza.
Right.
Like, that's even a boost. Yay me.
Right.
Do things in your life on a daily basis that make you go, yay me.
Yes. And you're so right about that. It is those little things. And, I don't know if you've read the book, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, but he talks about how doing one positive thing every day will compound over time to be a bigger and bigger success. And so it's Steve Chandler, one of the people that's joining us on this summit, in one of his books, 100 Ways to Motivate Yourself, he talks about how action spurs action. And so when you talk about building that confidence, you have to act on building that confidence now before you're making that money, because then it's going to continue to grow. But if you don't start taking that action, then the actions aren't going to continue, because you're going to stop. You're going to be stagnant. And everyone's heard the phrase, and everyone who follows me knows that this is one of my big things is, everyone's heard the phrase consistency is key. Well, everybody who's heard that's been misinformed, because it's actually consistent action that's key. You can consistently be lack of confidence or consistently be lazy and get nowhere. But if you consistently take action, that'll grow. And it's the same thing. If you consistently do those little things you're talking about for building your confidence, that confidence will grow and your results will show for it.
And then you end up changing your identity. Did you know that the unconscious mind will not allow you to be more successful than your self-image thinks is possible?
Yeah.
So if your self-image is, I'm not good enough, I'm a loser, no one's going to listen to me, I can't do this, blah, 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 you will never be successful. Right. Because you can't outperform your own identity, your self-belief.
Right.
You can't. Your unconscious mind will put up so much resistance that you will never be successful.
Right. And it's all right here. It's all right here. So I'm reading a book for the third time right now, and because I don't want this platform to accidentally shut us down because of a profane word, but it's Un-F Yourself by Gary John Bishop. And it's an amazing one because it's an easy read. It's a short book, but it's literally all about getting out of your own head and into your life. And that's where it all is. And a lot of people have that negative self-talk don't realize that it's all right here. It's all from that programming we've been taught. And it goes back to that that moment in our past that we need to identify as the root cause in order to gain that confidence in order to move forward.
I know we're so focused on our own stuff, and we think everyone else is focused on our stuff.
Right.
And they're at their house focused on their stuff, and not quite as focused on you as you might think. When I had that revelation, that's when I started doing videos and posting selfies and all that kind of stuff. When I realized that nobody really cared about me that much. They weren't so busy judging me because they were busy judging themselves.
Yes. Yes.
So getting out of your own head and focusing on what your vision is, what your purpose is, what you really want to do, who you want to actually help. Focus on other people, less on yourself.
Right.
And create a new program that you run on.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I don't know, how do you feel about affirmations?
They're good, but it's only a part of the work.
Agreed. 100% agree. 100%.
Right?
Yep.
What people miss with the affirmations is taking that a step farther, much farther. That's a whole training right there, going into the unconscious mind with it all.
Yes.
But just saying something only takes you so far. You actually have to put a vision to it and feel it and put the elevated emotion behind it.
Yes.
So if the affirmation is, I don't know, I am amazing kind of thing, let's just say. Well, how are you amazing?
Yeah.
Visualize you being amazing and feel how it would feel while you're being amazing, whether that be, I don't know, feeding people at the homeless shelter or helping a client become more confident or make money or whatever it might be. Visualize yourself being amazing so they aren't just empty words, so that you're putting the elevated emotion behind it. This is how you become amazing, instead of just trying to convince your conscious mind that you're amazing. You got to convince your unconscious mind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The unconscious and subconscious mind is most people don't realize that the conscious, how separate those two are, the conscious and the unconscious subconscious mind. They really are completely separate things, but what you feed from your conscious mind into your subconscious over time will train that subconscious mind to either be that positive or negative. And so I'm not a huge fan of affirmations myself, but I may start a client with that just to start them on a positive self-talk, because how you speak into your world is how you're going to create your world. And if you're speaking negative, I may start you with some affirmations just to get you starting to speak a little more positive. But I agree, unless you can put yourself into that vision and what that, like you said, I am amazing. What does amazing look like? What does that mean? Can't visualize it like you're already living it, like you're already there. So that again will help boost your confidence along the same lines.
Yeah, giving it more context.
Yes. Yes.
So that because your unconscious mind doesn't know the if it's really happening, you're really doing that thing that you're visualizing or not.
Right.
So you're almost kind of fooling your unconscious mind to think you actually are doing this thing, being amazing.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, we're amazing. Let's be amazing. Now you're convincing your unconscious mind to be that you're amazing. Right. And that changes your self-talk, and it changes your baseline that you live at.
Yep.
You know, now you're going to be amazing, live as an amazing person more than, you know, the loser you thought you were last week or what have you.
Well, and you hit the nail right on the head there. You said live like an amazing person. So it's not just the speaking into your world. It's not just the visualization. It's taking the action on that vision and creating it for yourself. I mean, nothing happens overnight. Very rarely anything happens overnight, but you still have to work towards that vision and create those actions and create that talk into your world in order for it to happen.
Start living as your best self right now. What would your best self have for lunch?
Right.
Would your best self go out for an evening walk with your partner?
Mm-hmm.
Do the things your best self would.
Right. Which
is going to make yourself proud of yourself. Right. And then your confidence is naturally going to start to go up.
Yep.
Just, do the things that make you proud of yourself.
Exactly.
And don't look for perfection either. I mean, we're all, sinners in our own way, right?
It's a friend of mine. His name's also named Steve, and he has a line that he uses, and him and I have had a conversation about this. He says, nobody deserves my judgment, but everybody deserves my compassion. And then he pauses and he'll tell you, he's like, it doesn't mean I don't judge. I'm a human being, but it just doesn't mean that people don't deserve it. I'm like, we're human. We do it. And so, but it's recognizing that. It's like, oh, wait, nope, stop. There it is. And it's the same way with judging ourselves. When we start judging ourselves and start the negative self-talk, it's going to happen. We're human beings, but it's being able to recognize that and go, time out. No, that's not true. I'm going to take this a little bit more on the positive side. No, I am confident. I am going to have those conversations instead of I'm not good enough, or I can't talk to that person. Nope, wait, time out. That's not what I'm going to tell myself. And so it's being able to recognize that.
Yep. Self-correcting.
Yep.
Self-correcting when you need to, because if you mess up and now you feel badly about yourself, and now an hour later you're still feeling badly, and then the end of the day ends and you go to bed feeling badly about yourself. You wake up the next morning feeling badly about yourself. That turns into a week, that turns into a month, that turns into a year. Guess what? That's the baseline frequency you're living at, right. Which is, I'm whatever. Right. And then eventually over time, that becomes your personality. Uncle Bob, who's still he's this nasty old man kind of thing. Well, he's been that way for a long time because he got into a bad mood and he couldn't get out of it.
Right. Right. And
don't be Uncle Bob. Be happy Auntie Sue.
So it's funny when you first met me, I was working at a manufacturing company, HVAC manufacturer, and it was just before you and I first met that I had really started to change that about myself. I had really started to do that development. And I started working with our friend, Steve Krivda. And he really started helping me with that confidence and that positive self-talk. And there was a person that I no longer work there, a person that I used to work with that's still friends with me on Facebook. And he reached out to me the other day on Messenger and he said, Tony, when I first met you at this company, I used to think your positivity was incredibly annoying. He's like, but it grew on me. And I started to change my own thoughts because he was that cranky old man until a couple of years later, this guy, now every time I saw him, there was a smile, either a handshake or a wave or something. And now he's retired and he sends me this message out of the blue because he still watches my videos and stuff. And just out of the blue, he's like, I used to think your positivity was annoying, but now it's inspiring and I enjoy watching it. I'm like, wow. I showed my wife, I'm like, you remember meeting this guy? We ran into at a restaurant. This guy, that's awesome.
And it was annoying for him because it forced him to look in the mirror every time you were all nice. And he's like, grr, because he couldn't necessarily relate. You were thinking differently than him. So he was forced to kind of look in the mirror.
Right.
But he had a choice to make. He could remain miserable and be annoyed with you forever, or he could go, maybe Tony's on to something here. Maybe I should change my perspective and see if it's a perspective that would work better for me, which is what he obviously did because he had a choice there.
Yes.
And he made the choice that he did. And obviously it's a better choice for him.
Right. Well, before we continue, guys, just a reminder to go to erinbirch.info and get registered for our upcoming summit. We've mentioned it so far. We showed you the graphic. You've got Erin and I, we've got Steve Chandler, we've got Kameen Samuel, we've got Steve Krivda. We got a whole slew of people here that are talking on so many different topics. And Erin here, if you haven't already gotten so much out of this, you're going to get so much out of her talk on increasing your confidence. And you're going to get actionable steps on how to identify that root cause and how to build that confidence from there. So Erin, before we call this, what else would you like to share with our audience here today?
Oh, jump onto this summit. Again, the level of experience and the topics are going to be so helpful, whether you're a coach, whether you're a marketer, if you're a human, you're going to get value out of this summit. I mean, not only business, but for life too. A lot of this stuff carries over, into every area of your life. So if you're looking to upgrade yourself and your life, definitely join us for this summit. You're going to get a lot out of it. I know you will.
Yep. So go to erinbirch.info, get your free spot. And guess what? Let me rephrase that. Kellen corrected me the other day, and I'm going to correct myself. It's not free. It doesn't cost you a cent. However, it does cost you some time. You will need to commit to being there to really gain the value. And then you'll have to commit to implementing the things you learn, because each one of these speakers, Erin and I included, are going to leave you with actionable steps that you can take to improve your life, improve your business, and get to that life, that best life that you're dreaming of. So make sure you get signed up, get registered, and put in the commitment to yourself that you're going to spend the time to be there and to take action. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with Erin and I today. It's an absolute pleasure. Erin, I love every time we have our conversations. It's going to be so much fun. And thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Always fun hanging out with you, Tony.
You as well. All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye, guys.